All right, guys, let's go. It is the semi-finals of the ESL Weekly Open. And down in the bottom right, we've got Shopify Rebellion's BYUN. Looking on fire today, hiding his barracks in the natural, except, of course, Hero. Oh, he actually didn't see it, did he? Hero in the top left, going for Cybercore before Nexus. And yeah, I guess BYUN just lifts that off. And do we think he puts that in the wall, or does he just put it here and build a reactor after that? I'm very curious to see. Looks like the probe dived for the SCV kill and wasn't quite able to get it. You see the SCV is on 4 hit points. That means that BYUN must have repaired it to barely avoid it dying. And that probably baited in Hero for the kill. Went in there to get the kill. BYUN probably repaired it. And thing is, if a probe worker's normally on 5 hit points, right? If it's 1 hit from death, as long as he repairs for even a fraction of a second, gets 1 hit point on it, bam, it survives the hit. His Drilly Boys pull, they kill the probe. So nice moves by BYUN. The Zealot out into an Adept. The Nexus is there. We're going to see that Adept come forward and try to take down the Reaper. The Reaper goes in. He says, no, up, goes straight back out. Does a little loop-de-loop. Now, Hero doesn't know that he's still back there, right? He could have gone and jumped out the path. But Hero does keep his Adept pretty much in position. Nice grenade there. Still unable to confirm what tech this is. Of course, we know it's a Stargate, and it's not even in the main base. But because BYUN hasn't been able to check what's going on that pylon in the main, he's not able to know that this is actually a kind of hidden Stargate out here. Command center going up there. We've got Widow Mines on the way. Barracks has floated back up to build a reactor, and that starport there as well. Double gas going now. Widow Mine trying to come up here. Zealot, of course, trying to deal with that. Widow Mine would love to get a Zealot kill. Zealot going to be a useful unit later on in this game. Right now in the early stages pre-charge, it's not worth very much. Phoenix is on the way, and Stalkers. Loves to hide his Phoenix play, does Hero. One of his favorite things to do, oh, that Reaper's queued up to spot it, is to stack up Phoenix, have his opponent come into him with like a Widow Mine drop or something like that, and then just get an easy cleanup because the opponent wasn't expecting to be flying into Phoenixes. So very well played. See the Phoenix? He might have already spotted it. Now he does for sure. And those Phoenixes probably just going to go pick off that Reaper, I would imagine. Widow Mine drop. Oh, is he going to bring 4 Marines as well? No. BYUN here. Thinking about just being defensive. He says, okay, you've got Phoenix defensive effort. Let's just put these Widow Mines defending our base here. One above the command center now. He hasn't positioned this perfectly. That should be in the middle. Either way, though, when this orbital, you see out here on the top, this little satellite dish is going to come out, and that will stick out the top and skewer that a little bit. Ooh, almost gets him. Does lose 1 SCV, but those Phoenix very heavily damaged in Hero. I think he wants to play some sort of heavy charge style after this, I would expect. He could play Glaive All-In, actually, as one of his favorite All-Ins, right? Hero very well could go Glaive All-In. Let's keep an eye on that Twilight Council. 100 gas lined up. Feels like a build order. Resonating Glaives! And no, he's just going Blink. So Phoenix into Blink is one of the most unpredictable things you can do, because Phoenix are a mobility unit used to control drops and air harass. It's all about controlling the map. Stalkers are a mobility unit used to control drops and air harass. So you're kind of doubling up on 2 units that do the same thing. It's really weird to build multiple Phoenixes and then swap to Stalkers. Normally you'd say, oh, I'll just build a few more Phoenix, have like 5 or 6, and I'll go straight to charge. We'll use Zealot Phoenix, right? We can add Stalkers later, right, as the Phoenix die out. Sometimes you'll go single Oracle, a unit that doesn't shoot up, or double Oracle, and then you'll go straight Blink Stalkers because you don't have the Phoenix. To go Phoenix into Blink, very surprising, could catch BYUN off guard. BYUN might be expecting to be facing more of a Zealot Archon style. He's got a Raven, which is, I've mentioned many times, just about the worst unit you can have against this style. Did get some value out of it versus Straya in his previous series, still landing anti-armor missiles multiple times before it went down. But it's always an easy snipe target for those Phoenix if it gets caught out on its own. You can see every now and then he's moving it back and forth, just trying to make sure it's not getting dived on. So he's actually got a fair bit of his attention is checking that his Raven's not about to die. And it's got its own control group as well, control group 4. So if he sees some red dots coming in, he can quickly pull it back. Now we've got a good pack of 12 Blink Stalkers out there. Third base does have 12 workers on it. Phoenix just patrolling the edges. And we're going to see +1 attack and charge. Now, a lot of players, when they go very zealot heavy, will go for armor. But because we've already got a lot of stalkers out, they're a ranged unit, they want that extra damage. It's going to go for the +1 attack to try and pick off some of these units and gets a bunker and a few marines. Good trade to start things off. Cyclone does a little bit of damage there and almost kills a stalker. Okay, Hero does a little bit more damage, doesn't really kill any units that time. Third base looking like it's getting more and more saturated, going up to 4 gases, interestingly enough. So he's thinking about transitioning off the back of this. Classic Hero Storm Drop style, maybe. Right now he's just building tons of batteries at the front, so kind of treating this like it's an all-in. He's only on 4 gateways. Oh, this is a huge mistake from Hero, guys. Hero's going mass gateways at Stalker Zealot style, and he was so afraid of this push, he thought it was going to move out earlier, so he's only on 4 gateways. He should not have built 3 shield batteries. The reason is those gateways take much longer to build than the batteries. If he starts them now, they're going to take forever to kick in, and he's got to start them now. He's building cannon battery at each base. He's just massing Blink Stalker for now. Okay, I mean, maybe this works. It's going to be awkward. Stalker's trying to fight. The Bio's stimming in. He's got to keep blinking back. Blink Micro not looking exceptional right now. Oh, great drag from the Zealot into the Widow Mine there, into the Terran Force. But I still think it's a good trade for BYUN if he can get these units home. Oh, maybe not. There's only 4 gateways here, but I think Hero taking a leaf out of Estrella's book and saying, as long as I keep warping in and chronoing those gateways non-stop, you'd be surprised how many units I could build from just 4 gateways, bro. Oh, good pickups on most of the Widow Mines, but this was a really silly counterattack by Hero. He just threw away sentries, all of his stalkers, and his Phoenix, and he's still rallying in. There's a piece of wisdom that Hero's father told him many times growing up, but Hero, I mean, it's just the nature of person he is. So when I was hanging out at an event, I got to speak to Hero's father, and I said, what was it like, you know, the young Hero in the house? And he said, well, basically, just run around naked all the time. And we'd yell at him, put it back in your pants. Pull your pants up, calm down, sit down and eat your dinner. And he'd just run around friggin' stark naked doing crazy shit, writing with crayons on the walls. And I was like, that does make sense when I look at his playstyle. That does add up, Mr. Hero's dad. This is definitely a true story for those who don't know. 6 more gateways, finally on the way. He's got a 4th base as well, which I think went down even before those gateways. It's a crazy style from Hero, man. Crazy style. I mean, BYUN's got a 3rd up. He's got a good core of units, right? If you look at that unit count. Another Widow Mine gets a Stalker. 5 barracks is up. Armory's about to come up. 2nd eBay's already up. This does not look good for Hero. This looks like he just, yeah, I think he was a little bit too late on those gateways and just lost way too many Stalkers. The units lost tab cannot be in his favor at this point. No. Stalkers cost a ton of money. Oh, when you're fighting with Stalkers, you want to be trading very few Stalkers for lots of Marines and Marauders, but it's been about equal numbers on both sides, and it's not looking great for the Protoss. Hero trying to hang on. You can get rid of those Widow Mines. That would definitely help him in the next wave. He's got some sentries that actually have a lot of energy, so I don't know where they've been this whole time. But now he's fighting in a 4th away from the cannon battery. He's got 3 cannons, or 2 cannons and 3 batteries down to the left. They're not up here, though. Good force fields. Snag some of the units. And they do kind of work against him on the next wave. Stim is going to run out here in that the medevacs are low on energy. His bio is not going to be able to heal itself very easily. Great Widow Mine, though. Very juicy Widow Mine. Hero's trying to hang on. 68 probes versus 64. BYUN, though, has a 4th command center on the way. Double disruptor transition is going to actually happen, though, and that suddenly gives some splash damage, some stability to Hero. And he's kept the 4th alive so far. I'd love to see a battery go down here as a potential fallback point. He's got an observer in the middle because he's worried about a rotation from BYUN. I'd love it to get a bit further forward on that Dominion statue there. The Marine, of course, saluting Daddy BYUN. Says, your micro is very good, sir. 2 Colossus on a way at a time. Viagra as well. +3 attack on the way. Remember, it's all about damage output, never about armor and survivability. Because Hero is a mad lad. He likes to attack a lot. Stalkers, Zealots here. Marauders, Marines coming on forward. Oh, the balls walking into their death. Hero. Oh, his famous lack of control groups there, his disruptors not being manually managed. And just kind of had them rallied to the front. Oh, those disruptors could have kept him alive here, but now, I don't know if battery overcharge is going to do it. Yeah, not. Oh, the Colossus maybe? But his Marauders fighting him. Colossus don't do good damage to not Marines, man. Oh, that's heartbreaking, man. I really thought those disruptors could have kept him alive. Let's be real, though. BYUN outplayed him fair and square in this game. It's only game 1, as well of the best of 5. And what a fascinating style. Just 4 gateways for such an extended period of time. Kind of played this the way Estrella plays his PvP. I don't know if this was on purpose, a mistake, a conscious decision, a misread. Like I said, I think he may have thought BYUN's push was going to move across the map even earlier, and that he couldn't get extra gateways up in time. So he just focused on kind of chronoing his gateways and building batteries and cannons to support. But I do think he should have added at least 2 or 3 more gateways to go to 6 or 7 gateways. Definitely a big mistake for Hero. And now he's doing the desperate Hero micro, try to hang on and survive. BYUN, though, has a 4th. He has 3-2. He's got 3 more barracks that are all going to build tech labs here. Yeah, he's looking great. I mean, BYUN has everything he needs. I got everything you need. Baileys. We got Baileys. Right now, BYUN's deep sea Terran cave is absolutely friggin' decked out, man. Absolutely decked out. He's got everything he needs. Can do whatever he wants. Disruptors are on the way now. Lots of force fields to stop the Terran from advancing on him. But there's already a second starport. I'd love to see a fusion core for range libs. It goes down now. BYUN's up here with only a very small army, but because Hero comes out to him, gets quite a few sentries, and oh man, every sentry and stalker that goes down, irreplaceable right now. Ball's finally coming forward. Let's take a look at Hero's control groups. He has 3 Colossus on 1, a Disruptor on 2, and no other army units are control grouped. This is Hero in a nutshell, guys. He F2s a lot. Yeah, he just F2s and box selects like everything. Mostly F2. One of the players who played, he did play Brood War. I don't know how good he was at it. But it's surprising for a player to have just embraced the F2 so much. But it makes sense when you match it up with his chaotic style and the fact that he is so aggressive, and he often tries to mess the game up and then just micro his way out of it. So he doesn't like to be set into static control groups. He likes, you know, protracted action and dragged out mechanical positions where he can leverage that micro, that famous Hero micro. And he's doing a great job of surviving right now. If BYUN manages to lose this game, there is going to be an absolute cascade of Terran tears. Like, you should not be losing this game. But at the same time, yeah, sandwich this army, bro. Sandwich this army. And the Colossus is starting to take some damage. Here we go. Here we go. Got some decent EMPs. Oh, one big ball on the left side goes down. Colossus, as long as he focuses the Colossus, there's really nothing left. That Disruptor gets another 3 Marauders, but Hero does not have any meat to go with his potatoes. Or no, potatoes to, yeah, no meat. I don't know. He had some very fancy things, some caviar, some hors d'oeuvres, bottle of champagne, didn't have much else. BYUN takes game 1. Alright guys, let's go. Game 2. Let's see if he can bring it back. That first game, a little bit messy, but very uncharacteristic style. And he's actually opening up without a proxy in game 2 as well. Looks like, I think he's relying on BYUN being aggressive into him, getting a little bit of a lead, and then smashing back across the map. This is Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Hero. Top left of the map, Shopify Rebellion's BYUN. Opening up with a much more normal opening. He's gone Marine, Factory, then Reactor. Already has that second gas down. And you'll see him pull an SCV over to build a second depot now. So this is a very good build order. You do need to send an SCV down next to build a bunker as well. Actually, I think... No. If you build it with this guy, it's way too late. Because it's Pride of Altaris, though, he might risk it. Just because it's a map. It's huge. Hero hasn't even scouted you at this point. BYUN never scouts. Not never, but he doesn't like to scout too much. See what happens. What about the boat times? pretty chilled out openings. I'm kind of looking around for any deviants. These guys both just are playing a game where they're like, yeah, I'm going to do this build. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to save the money on scouting, have a few more minerals. It's going to be a really tight build. And it looks like it's just going to be a Widow Mine drop, no bunker, into a Blink opening. And this is going to be 2-gate Robo Blink. I wouldn't be surprised if Hero drops the 3rd gateway. Keep your eyes open. I think the most Chad maneuver I keep talking about is just go 2-gate Blink. Just don't get the Robo. And then get a third base off 2 gas. Such a stupid build, but it's if you don't care about being solid in a matchup, it really is very freeing. Oh, boosts out and actually derps a little bit. If that Adept sees this, it'd be huge. Doesn't quite see the medevac. Isn't this the most classic BYUN drop path, guys? I always talk about how BYUN's drops are literally some guy who just like drives on the train tracks and is like, yeah, it's fine. There's no trains here right now. Like, he so regularly flies just past the opponent's army, and he's just like, yeah, it's fine. It's super chill. Man, that's some weird lampposts, Protoss, don't they? Lots of rotating things as well. This is actually a really beautiful map. This is a really beautiful map. Widowmine drop coming in. 2 Stalkers are ready. He actually pulls back. Very conservative from BYUN. Stalkers coming out. I mean, Blink is ready. Insanely early this game, guys. Blink finished at like 425. Holy crap. The power of not scouting and having a really tight opening. Thank you for the Bezos bucks. Ace with the 2 months. Oh, this ain't good. Just leave. Just leave, BYUN. Yeah, he's got to just... Oh, he's gonna... Oh, this is not good. He's trying to use the terrain, but he's got Stalkers on the low ground, Stalkers on the high ground. Yeah. Oh, one of the Stalkers did die, but that means he can at least kill the Widow Mine because it reveals itself now. Up here on the left side of the map, got the engineering bay. So it's a 2 barracks build order. I do like these 2 barracks build orders. BYUN and Future, the 2 players that come to mind, is loving the old 2 racks. The 3 racks coming down very late at 5:30. Raven comes in behind the natural. Shield battery's on the way, ain't ready yet. Uh-oh. Oh, he takes a big volley to the face. Raven doesn't even get a single kill there. That's already down on half-life. Remember, a Raven is a light unit, guys, for those who don't know. I love the engines on the side of this ship as well, by the way. Super cool. So it doesn't take bonus damage from the Stalkers. Stalkers only do 13 damage in attack versus it, not the full 18. And Widowmine's going to block the 4th. Good chance he runs that in there randomly if the game gets chaotic enough and just tries to burrow it in the mineral line and sees if he gets away with it. Observer out here seeing a lot of what's going on. And a 3rd command. So does he see the 3rd CC as well? Thank God he doesn't see that. Marine's coming forward. Does he see this? Dude, I can't see. And obviously I play on overly high graphics. Oh, I think it is actually on the pillar. I actually think he needs a flying unit here to see it, because I don't think he can see that at all. We can see it, but you can see it's actually on the pillar. Great sniper, the tank, by the way. Stalkers do take that down. 1 Stalker for a tank. That's a trade any Protoss player would make. Giant tank push coming at you with like 7 siege tanks. You just warp in 7 Stalkers and click trade, and it kills their 7 siege tanks. Oh, that is something every Protoss player would pay for, man. We'll be like, yes, please. Raven comes down. BYUN realizes it's there, but it does get away. Sorry, guys. The scoreboard, I did mess up there. Obviously, it's 1-0 to BYUN, but some people might have just tuned in, so sorry for the confusion. Maybe I did a little flippity-flip after setting the score like a dummy. Flip, 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 flip. Make it as confusing as possible. Sorry, I'll stop. I will stop, guys. 1 Colossus is out. Make it 2, actually. It's a pretty good army. The Stalkers have control. I mean, BYUN's playing very cautiously, and he's continuing tanks. Now, please repair that. Yes, he's going to. Very nice. The Observer's moved back in. Now that the Raven's come out, he's gone around the Raven, come in from the top side, and he sees everything. And it's bio tank for days. So Zealots are going to be really important. If you can get Zealots on the tanks, that will be absolutely huge. Stalkers bouncing around. 4th base going to go up on the gold base. And I think maybe BYUN is expecting that. If you do a tank push from up here, very hard for Protoss to deal with. They need to flank with the Zealots, but actually, BYUN is pushing that right side. Dep does shade on in. Doesn't really see too much. Stalkers are here. Oh, he thinks about going for it. Oh, he gets the Raven. bit of a crazy blink forward. But I think getting the Raven, shaving off some Marines, it's a good fight for Hero because he removes the threat of that Raven early on. These tanks starting to encroach though. He's only on 6 gateways. The last 2 gateways are now building, desperately needing more zealots to fight this army. The Colossus is going to try and chip away at it. That battery will be going down. I don't think he can get out here. The tanks though not quite reaching where they need to. And this is going to be a bit of a problem for Hero if he can't clear this out. But he realizes that army on the left tried to back off. And oh, BYUN a little too slow to get his reinforce down. The disruptors do fall, but so do all the tanks. Army comes in from the left. The Colossus trying to regroup. BYUN's units derping around with the pathing. And I've got to question his choice to push through the middle instead of using the high ground. BYUN there, losing a big army. But economically, he is ahead. Probes now building 4 at a time, trying to take this gold base. The thing is, you've got disruptors out and you've got map control. As Hero, you've still got 2 Colossus up. He doesn't have a warp prism, which sucks. He's going for the second robo. I think... Oh, did his observer just see those? I don't think he saw them move out.
Upgrade complete.
Vikings, hello, A move. Oh my god, he scanned the observer and didn't even notice. He's not going to get it now. He's got to do another scan if he wants to kill that. The army's going to jump in, realizing, hey, where's your army? BYUN, oh man, he picks up, leaves, then scans the observer and doesn't even notice it that whole time. Cancel the command center. Nope, doesn't get to cancel it. Drop coming in from behind though. Those Colossus about to be flanked. Disruptor does get caught as well. Bio coming in from that right side. Great Guardian Shield. Tanking so much damage here. The Colossus will go down as well. Hero's going to lose his entire army here. It's just about how many units can he take with him. The Zealot's going to go after these SCVs. He should definitely try and shift click those. Seeing what he can kill. Oh man. BYUN, you got to pull these boys out of here. There was apparently 2 Zealots in the third as well. 5 kills and 7 kills. Hero sacrifices his army, but he chops off the legs of BYUN. His economy taken out from under him, and Hero had a 4th up on the gold behind that. He wins the game. All right, guys, game 2. Going to be, once again, a bit more of a standard command center, but he is going quick tech lab. So BYUN wanting to play his Marauder build. In the top right, Hero, of course, just going for... Oh, he's going to actually wall off both jumping ledges. This one, of course, if the Reaper jumps up, it's trapped in this little area. Pylon blocking off there. The Nexus there. This does forego the low ground wall in, but does stop Reapers from being a nuisance. Not that that's going to really be on the menu this game. A couple Marauders on the way, and a Stalker first, which means... Oh, he's going to Stalker pressure, guys. Look, he's rallying the Stalker across the map. Worst case scenario for Hero, going Stalker up against Marauder. Adept's great because it often spots the Marauders with its shade, and then it can cancel the shade and run away. Stalkers, on the other hand, take bonus damage from Marauders. They don't have the opportunity to shade. If they get caught by concussive, they die very quickly. Because they have an armor, I think it should take, because 160 hit points, so it should take, and it's 20 damage a shot, but you've got the armor. So it should take 9 Marauder shots, so 5 volleys. But with the Marine, maybe the burst. And there we go, beautiful catch for BYUN. That's very annoying for Hero. He was going Stargate behind it. He's got a well-timed Stargate, so he can still build his shield battery on the high ground, because he's got no pylon down there. He can't build it on the natural. Oh, this is really annoying. That Oracle, he's chronoing it. He's like, oh, please get out so you can kill these guys. The Oracle, of course, the Marauders can't shoot up. A Marine can't do anything against it. He's going to evacuate his probes. A very mature decision. He doesn't want to be losing workers against this. And this should be a pretty good defense. Still annoying to lose mining time and a Stalker, but it could be worse. He's just going to go in. He's like, okay, forced you to lose your mining. That's fine. I'll just back away. Well, he's not even going to back away. I think he realizes the Oracle's probably coming. He's like, I'm going to die anyway. I might as well die here. Denying more mining time. Marauder goes down. Probes come back to mine. Depth's looking to maybe do some counter pressure. A second Oracle as well. And what's his favorite follow-up to this? It's a 3 racks. But guys, this is a double reactor 3 racks. Because you got the early tech lab. Yeah, I forgot. This is the one bit that I really love that about early tech lab barracks builds is you can get stim and shields one after the other off a single barracks. And you could just get so much more Marine production. And Marines are king in the early game. They do so much damage. They're so good against the depths. They shoot up first Oracles and whatnot as well. Oh, a bit of a mistake there from Hero. Maybe. I always talk about how you can let that shade finish because it will see in, but since he has Oracles, there wasn't much of a reason to do that. It's like, hey, your Oracles can see inside and confirm what's up. Just forcing about a bit of mining time ain't really going to achieve anything there. guns that one down. Doesn't even freeze a single SCV since the turret detects it. Going into blink, 3 gate behind it. And going to move out to try and take a third base. You can see this probe now moving towards there. Adept Shade still just scouting. You wouldn't let that finish unless you're insane. This is Hero though, Pig. You gotta remember, he sometimes does crazy things. Hero, very aggressive. Let's keep an eye on his control groups because that's always so fun. He's got 2 Oracles on 1 and he has 4 Stalkers on 2. Now he has 1 Adept on 2. So remember that basically you can always see what he's looking at because he puts it on one of those control groups, guys. So you can see it just constantly changes what's on those control groups, right? See, now he's looking at the Stalkers. He adds them back to control group 2. Now he's looking at a probe, so he puts that on control group 2. So it's this ever-changing control groups where it's basically a way he can double tap that key to look where he was just looking. So it's almost like a moving mobile camera location. It's a very unique thing. No one does anything like it, and I definitely wouldn't suggest it, but it's really cool to keep our eye on. Now, uh-oh, oh, ow! Oh man, BYUN has killed a lot of people recently with his 3 racks timings. This is not even a super fast one, but because the Marauder slowed the early game down, that's actually huge. He focuses the batteries down. I think he's saying, look, I don't think I'm going to be able to kill the Nexus. I can do that. He should run home. Yeah, there's no reason to stay here. I think he's already overstayed a little bit. The Stalkers will be able to hunt down most of those Marines, especially if the Oracles decide to laser them. He's going to try and turn and fight. He gets a Stalker. Do you have Blink? Maybe Blink wasn't done during that. Why didn't he blink backwards? That was a bit weird, man. Losing 2 more Stalkers there. It's a rough situation. Already in that unit's lost tabs, 10 Stalkers have gone down. I mean, a lot of Marines do end up dying, but you lose your batteries on the 3rd as well. And Oracle flies in there and dies. Ooh, this unit's lost tab is looking really bad for Hero this game. He's going to try and get in the back so he can do some stasis traps from some annoying angles. He's going to try and put one there, I think. Is he though? Maybe, maybe not. He did snipe combat shields before, which is a very cute maneuver. But because the Oracles weren't at home to help with the defense, so many Stalkers died, and now... Uh-oh. Recalling Stalkers from his 3rd base. We see them appear here, but there's no battery. Okay, there it is. It's over on the right, isn't it? I think it's just out of Nexus overcharge range as well. Oh, man. This is not looking good right now for Hero. He's taking so much damage, and BYUN handling some dangerous situations with real poise. Beautiful play. Oh, shield battery overcharged to heal the other shield battery. Probes and Stalkers try to defend. Hero is desperate right now. He's got a bunch of probes trying to take out this Marauder, but with a medevac healing it, oh my god, it kills the Stalker. Probes finally managed to actually kill it. And Bio coming back in on the front. He's going to click the battery down. And just the density of damage from the Bio. You don't want to be pulling probes into that, man. Oh, they do so much damage. And oh, nice blink to dodge the mine. Zealots are finally here. Can Hero potentially get back in this game? He's down 5 workers. 3rd base is not yet ready, though, for BYUN. Keep in mind. So even though BYUN's got a great worker count. Oh my god, he keeps changing it. Keeps changing targets. Very cute play for both sides. Basically, Hero was trying to bait the Widow Mine so we could just blink when it's in midair, dodge it, and then kill it. BYUN kept changing targets so it wouldn't finish its shot, saying, eventually you're going to have to look away, and then it'll blow something up. But Hero does manage to win the little micro battle there, BYUN just being a nuisance. BYUN has 5 barracks up, though, guys, and 5 barracks is win. He's built 2 more tech labs on his extra barracks, so he still goes for the same ratio of barracks in the late mid-game. It's just early on that it changes into that more marine-heavy style. Stalkers and Zealots in the main. Stalkers, Zealots here. Adding cannons at his bases to go with the batteries and trying to limp his way over towards the Robo. But it's another big Bio army, and even with battery overcharge, it's a lot of damage that this army does. Battery overcharge is getting some great value here, though. As BYUN, oh my god, confidence overwhelming. He attacks into the worst possible angle on the map, headbutting into a shield battery. But he says, I'm far enough ahead, it does not matter. That will run out, I will kill all your shit, and this will be a decent enough trade. Because I'm going to take a situation where I'm ahead, and I'm going to keep trading with you. I'm not going to give you a chance to make your way up to any splash damage, to any of those beautiful comeback tools like Dark Templar or Disruptors that you love so much. Look at that, the Marauders stopping a lot of those Zealots from retreating. The concussive shell's fantastic value. 5 gateways, going up to 7 gateways right now is Hero. Just trying to plonk down 3 more, actually. Just going up to 3 or 4 more gateways, 8 or 9. But he's getting overrun here. The batteries are out of healing. Overcharge is not ready. It's going to come off cooldown, but he's got no units left to defend with it. Beautiful play here by BYUN. And he's going to take a 2-1 lead. Really just devastating. His opponent was being way too tricky with the Oracle counterattack. You can't go for Oracles and a third base and not use your Oracles to help defend and try to get Blink at the same time. It's just too much at once, and Hero's greed rightfully getting called out, getting punished. BYUN taking a rather confident 2-1 lead. Oh, fuck me. I thought I clicked the button. God damn it, guys. 3. My bad, guys. Oh, man, I've been commentating this whole time. Sorry, guys. From about a minute and a half in. This is a 12 pylon Void Ray all in. BYUN letting his gas get stolen is really, really bad for him. It's made the situation very tough because he can't keep up Cyclone Viking production. He's now trying to build a tank to beat back the units on the ground, but I don't think he's going to have enough anti-air. Widowmine's fantastic units, but without an armory here, you can see that whenever they shoot, they reveal themselves, and the Void Ray's focus fire has been so good for those, for Hero. Hero just keeps killing those Widowmines every single time. And I'm absolutely shocked that BYUN decided to go for a command center against Hero, because we know that Hero goes all in. He very rarely does this as a transition play, and if BYUN looked at the mineral lane, he should have been able to tell that Hero had gone 12 pylon. He was 2 probes shy of where he should have been, not to mention the one that was out of the map proxying. And that Stalker does go down. Marines, the Vikings starting to do some nice damage. Got to pull back and heal these up, mate. There's still one more Widowmine. Widowmine hitting in the center of the Void Rays is the dream, guys. Strangely enough, there's only one gateway. Normally, Hero goes multiple gateways and starts swapping into more of Adepts and Stalkers and that sort of stuff. But in this game, he's not doing it. Now, he'd love to pick off those Vikings. Great micro by BYUN. BYUN still has a shot in this. Remember, he's got 2 command centers. He could drop mules to his heart's content. He's a little low on minerals right now, so he drops a bunch of them. It's going to help him out. Going to go for a Nexus now as Hero. So I think Hero said, nah, I've done great damage. I've put him in a really shit position, but I don't think I can actually finish this off. He's building Phoenix right now. Phoenix very good for picking up units. But since there's no Cyclones and the Widow Mines aren't really unburrowing too often, not achieving too much. This bunker keeps trying to go down. The shield batteries, notice they're pretty dry, a few of these. Ones in the far right have a lot of energy. These two have a little bit, couple hundred shields they could juice up. But it's getting lower and lower. That SCV goes down. Vikings making sure they don't get in range, but they've got the Widow Mine, so I think the Vikings can be a little more ambitious if they choose to. Remember that Vikings do have 9 range. Void Ray only has 6 range, but the Void Ray, once it starts attacking, it has 8 leash range, which can do some big damage. And 6 Void Rays, 2 Phoenix, more Phoenix on the way. Twilight Council coming down. I'd actually like to see a 3rd base as well for Hero. Oh, he's going to dive! The Phoenix are going to drag the Widow Mines onto the enemy units. The Void Rays just kind of A-moving, it looked like, but they're going after the Vikings right now, and oh, the Vikings can't stand it, man. Look at that, he moves right in and then prismatically aligns. Should be able to kill those Vikings, even with mass repair. That's not going to cut it. And BYUN does go down, so I pointed out there at the start that going for the command center, good against a player who you think might be faking it, but against such a committed push, a big problem, and then letting a second gas get stolen really delayed things like Cyclones, Vikings getting out, and a big issue there. GG, well played. And we're on to Stripper Booty for the final map. That's right, guys, it's Glittering Asses. This is BYUN, repping Shopify Rebellion in the top right of Glittering Ashes. Some lovely little steam vents here. This map, very industrial. Hero in the bottom left side. It's not going to be going for a proxy across the map crazy early this game. Looks a bit more standard. So checking for enemy barracks over on his side, and he's going to be building a pylon of his own over here. Potentially. No, he's not. Never mind. Always good to see a game 5 between these two. It's just a barracks down here on the edge. Double gas, so a bit more of a 1 base opening like we saw at the start of this series. Went pretty well for BYUN there. Traded the first 2 maps. Oh damn, thank you so much for the subs, guys. Thank you, Cassidy, for the big 45 months. Hot damn. Now, because Hero's not scouted, he's not going to be surprised to see no barracks. He's just going to play whatever his standard game plan was, which is Cybercore, Nexus, Pylon, all on 20. And then a 20-second gas as well. God, his build orders are so weird. Normally you're meant to squeeze 2 probes in before putting that gas down, but I think Hero just wants to play straight into his tech, most likely a Stargate, and he wants to make sure those probes have somewhere to mine from, I guess. Fair enough. And yep, you can see you just pulled 2 workers off minerals onto gas. I wouldn't be surprised to see Warpgate cancelled and that Stargate going down. Otherwise, why would you be prioritizing gas over minerals? Doesn't make a lot of sense, but interestingly, he's both got a Warpgate up immediately and is proxying, so he's actually deciding to do a proxy Stargate? Okay. 2-base proxy Stargate build, probably just an Oracle. Get in there a little bit earlier than normal, get a bit of momentum. Unfortunately for him, he's up against a 3 Reaper, probably 2 Hellion opening. Oh, and BYUN doesn't keep checking, actually. So BYUN's going to run across the map and do some pretty fierce pressure. Now, if Hero loses his first Adept to that Reaper Hellion, he's in huge trouble. He's got to build a shield battery at his natural if he realizes what's up as well. So this build, it's kind of like a TVT opening, and Protoss players aren't used to the Terran doing that sort of thing. Since Hero has no scouting, he has no information. He has no idea that this is coming. And look at that. 2nd Hellion, 3rd Reaper are going to join up. And guys, if they kill the Adept, it would be huge. Now, Hero has not gone across to scout at all. He does start an Oracle up, and interestingly, he rallies it back home, first and foremost. This is the first time either player is actually venturing out onto the map to try and scout each other. 1 Adept and 1 Stalker. Where's the other Adept? Looks like it's up on the ledge. He sees it coming, gives him a bit of warning. Get those probes out of there, son. Nope, he's not even going to try and evacuate. He's just going to try and fight. Fair enough. Does take down one of the Hellions pretty quickly. He's going to pull the probes to engage. Since one of the Hellions is dead, one of the splash damage units, he figures that's worth the risk just to help protect the Adept and Stalker. It's just about keeping his units alive. And the moment the Hellions are gone and the Reapers are looking pretty low, he says, okay, it's just about keeping as many probes up as possible. Stalker and Adept will clean those up. Bunch of workers do go down, but the SCV, it's its turn. It gets the Widow Mine. Oh, BYUN's got to be kicking himself for not borrowing that Widow Mine. He does still have another Widow Mine up there, but that means there's no Widow Mine on the natural. These SCVs in the open. Luckily for them, the Oracle runs out of juice just then. And losing 4 SCVs. BYUN, of course, doing a more one-basey opening. He's very behind on workers because of that. Seeing the factory now building attack labs. Starport with a Viking. And Marines, of course, building 2 at a time. Of course, Hero cannot see that a Viking is building there. I always joke about how Protoss is really unfair. Well, how come Protoss is the one race where you can see what they're building? That's bullshit, right, guys? You can just look at it. You can see a Phoenix building in it. All you see on a starport is some sparks. You don't know what's coming out of there. You don't know what about to pop out of a Zerg egg. So what can I say, guys? I do too much complaining about Protoss, so we're trying to balance it out a little bit. I'm going to try and point out the bullshit. The bullshit that works in the favor of the other races as well. Because there is a lot of bullshit in StarCraft. Asymmetric balance. Not everything's even. Nice little gold mineral conveyor belt here. Kind of stops and starts, doesn't it? I kept thinking my screen was lagging. My game was lagging. But no. It just stops and starts. Some of the minerals get stuck in the machinery, I guess, sometimes. Just 1 Oracle, 1 Phoenix, guys. Whoa! Did not realize that had moved out. Oh, he shuts it down. Shuts it down. Widow Mine drop doesn't find anything. BYUN's now going to send a Liberator, but at this point, it's like, at a certain point, you got to be patient, I think, and wait for your moment. Because you're just throwing units into the meat grinder. Another one for the Combine. You gotta stop churning those into the Protoss meat grinder. Hero comes up with a rev. Tank there, and the other tank, but Stalkers could still blink here and avoid both tanks and fight the Marines on their own. Siege tank plus a single Marine in there. Oh, he picks up the tank on the high ground. And then he's going to focus it down as well. Oh, he just didn't lose a Stalker. He lost a Phoenix for 2 tanks. What the hell? Oh, that was beautifully executed. Unfortunate that BYUN didn't have more units in the bunker. Oh, BYUN can just... I mean, these units should honestly just regen and then blink up here. He should come over here and kill that barracks, to be honest. Landed Viking is going to do something. Liberator siege up as well, but Hero with a very quick response gets a bunch of kills in the main with that Viking. Liberator's going to have to fly away right now. I wouldn't mind him doing a quick siege up on this base and then unsieging and getting out of there before things get too bad. Okay, at this point you just shift click the probes. He goes for the sentries. He gets both of them and kills a probe. All right, he gets a little bit of value there, does BYUN. Pulls the Stalkers home as well. I was going to say those Stalkers could re-engage. They could kill his barracks that's on the reactor here. This could be really nasty, man. But now that he bought himself a bit of time, Stim's going to be finished in about 50 seconds. Shields has not started. Oof. BYUN's in a spot of bother. Oh. Stalker's blinking on back. Picking off a bunker there. I don't think they got anything else. No Marines or Marauders have died. BYUN's going to be able to assert control over his 3rd base, but is he already on 5 barracks? Oof. So BYUN's very all in, and the Oracle should know about this, right? Yeah, he's already seen 4 barracks. There's no 3rd command center anywhere. All you need to do is survive as Hero, and Hero's taking a lot of gases. That's not good. You don't want gas right now, buddy. You just want units. He's trying to make a robo. He puts down battery and a cannon. He needs more batteries, more cannons. He's trying to make sentries, but this map has pretty big, wide open ramps. It's a giant attack coming in. That command center, easy pickings there. BYUN. Oh, he doesn't even cancel it. BYUN. Marines and SCV's going to try and fight, guys. His combat shields is not finished yet. Still 40 seconds away. BYUN scares off the Stalkers, but they immediately go back in. Still a very small army at home, though. BYUN could win the head-to-head fight over here. Force field's going to be integral to allowing him to push on forwards. The Widow Mine goes down before the fight really starts. Force field's trying to go down. Oracle comes in and gets tagged by a Widow Mine. It does get shot down. BYUN, of course, forced to pick up and move behind the force field. Stalker's coming back. They're going to try and surround this. It looks like Hero's in a great position. The early game was all Hero this game. And look at that. He's going to try and blink there. Dodges the Stalker shot. Cleans up all the Widow Mines. And he's going to try and collapse on top of this army. But BYUN, catching a few of the Zealots on their own. He's happy to fight against just the Zealots. Picks those all off pretty cheaply. Stalkers on their own ain't going to be much of a match. But the rally's in trouble. Stalkers coming in from behind. Oh, Oh, he's got to get out of there, does BYUN. Medivacs without their boost available. Hit the NOS and run, run, run. Run, run, roo, run, run, roo. Japanese Ronald McDonald will come for you. That's basically what I imagine Hero doing right now with this army. That's a whole bunch of 9-foot-tall Japanese creepy-ass Ronald McDonalds screaming their faces off. And let's admit, he's a frightening mother trucker. Wait till you see the Japanese one. He's 10 times more frightening. If I had a zealot running towards me, I would feel like a frightened child with a clown running towards me. And that's how these Terran feel. They feel like children, because look at how big these Protoss are. They've got lasers, they have shields. There's literally a thing that allows things to warp from another planet into the battlefield. They're basically hacking, and BYUN, this early game did not go his way. He got shut down at every single turn. Hero's been dancing all over him, deflecting his aggression, hitting him with the early Oracle, which did big damage as well. And a bad opening for BYUN. He's trying to do a heroic hold, and the supplies are very close. But, oh, if he just shift clicks on the SCV, his hero can get even more damage. You can see, look, there's even a guy going after the SCV on the command center. Medivacs keep it alive, so well done, Medivacs. Microing individual Marines at this point because he needs that value. But Hero has stabilized, and he now has double Colossus production. He's not going all in on Zealots. He's not sitting there in an arrested stage of tech. He's just saying, no, dude, I'm going to harass you with Zealots now. I've already done my big push. I killed a lot of stuff, a lot of SCVs. What are you going to do? Limp out to a third base at the 11-minute mark? I'm going to have a 4 Colossus timing that is going to obliterate you. And I don't see any way to defend a 4 Colossus timing, right? First Colossus pops. Next Colossus on the way. Stalker's already ready in the main in case there's a drop. He's got force fields here. Doesn't have that many Zealots, but do you really need him? If you've got force fields and Colossus, that's a fantastic ranged army. Zealot running to the right side. Marauder stim after him, but even with drugs, you can't catch up to those 9-foot-tall predator-looking mother truckers. Colossus there dancing around. Got more Zealots warping in. One goes in on the third. Even that's a pain to deal with right now for BYUN. Would love for the action to slow down and allow him to just do things in one spot at a time. These Zealots, not a good idea, since the other Zealot already brought defenses there. Bad move by Hero. Colossus on the front. Do scare back BYUN's army. Look at that. Those Zealots going down. Not really finding any kills. Oh, he gets one SCV. 2 SCVs. Something. BYUN's going to pull home, and he's going to look for the Hero hold. Now, Hero, where's his Warp Prism right now? He didn't bring his Warp Prism with this army. He could get flanked out here. If those Bio ran to the left side, they could get on his Colossus. Still lots of force fields. I guess he's just going to warp it off this Stargate, which is still alive. This is so scary for BYUN. He has to flank this army, surround it. Oh, great force fields. Separating off. A bunch of the Zealots do pull back. Stalkers blink forward, looking for a pick. They don't get it. But BYUN is going to need to lift his command center. A-move the SCVs, stim, A-move, go, go, go. Lift the command center, there we go. Allowing a bit more space for his units to arc out. The Stalkers blink forward. Hero literally takes BYUN's shotgun, puts the barrel in his mouth and says, try your best shot, dickhead. That's what that Stalker blink forward was. He's like, I don't even care, man. I'm going to let the Stalkers tank. My Colossus is going to kill all your SCVs. You don't have enough. And Hero confidently taking down BYUN in Game 5. It felt like he was on the back foot earlier in this series, but that last game was all Hero.